Sweethearts Week because Valentine's Day, if we haven't drilled it in enough for you, it is tomorrow, and we have our relationship and marriage counselor expert, Lynn Shine, in with us to tell us about how to avoid some very uncomfortable situations. Let's talk number one. If you're dating somebody, you're on this date on Valentine's Day. How can you avoid uncomfortable situations? Let's say it's one of your first or second dates.
You know, if it's Valentine's Day and it's a first or second date, don't do too much. Don't go overboard. Don't get big presents. Don't try to do too romantic. Just keep it subdued. Go to a nice restaurant. Try to keep it like a regular day on a calendar. Certainly do something nice, but don't go all out and get something big. And
we did an unofficial poll with the people here in Winging It, and most of us said, you know what, I would just rather not go out on Valentine's Day than go on a first date.
Not for a first date. I agree with you.
Would you say if you had a choice, make it Wednesday, make it Thursday?
I agree. There's just too much pressure.
Right?
There's too much pressure for a first date. I wouldn't do it.
Let's talk about long-distance relationships. How do you maintain that, and what do you do?
Certainly don't forget the day. Certainly send something special. And long-distance relationships, there's a lot of people that need to have long-distance relationships in today's world with two people working. And some people really prefer it because it keeps the romance alive, and there just has to be a whole lot of trust and openness and letting one another know what you're doing on, if you're talking about specifically Valentine's Day, just recognize it and enjoy one another, you know, even if it's long distance on that day. But the key is the trust and openness.
Let's say, okay, I need to fit in 2 questions in 1 minute. The first one is, if you've been married for, you know, let's say 10 years, for quite some time, how do you keep the romance in there? Like, what do you suggest?
Some people really believe or get into this terrible rut that they say, we're not exchanging gifts this year, we just don't do that. Mistake. Keep the romance alive by making it a little special, and it doesn't have to be by big presents, but keep the romance alive. Make a surprise for one another. You know, keep it a surprise by where you're going to dinner, or plant something in the house, or little notes.
Very nice. You don't have to go out big. Let's talk about this. So many people, I remember when I was single, Valentine's Day made me uncomfortable when everybody was talking about it. You have all the advertisements. Give us some suggestions about Valentine's Day and if you're single.
It's a sad day for people that are single, unless you say it's a day for loving. And we've talked about this before. Love thyself first. So, you know, celebrate yourself. Do a spa day. I always like that. So make that day a day that's for you. Celebrate you, or celebrate other people you love. You can celebrate your parents. You can celebrate a child. You can celebrate a best friend. So go out with another single friend.
My mother used to always send me something on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. I celebrate children.
I think. I know, right? Or just grandparents.
We do.
Lynn Shine, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you,
Lovely
and
Valentine's
you too.
Day outfit.
Thank you.
We'll have you in again with all of our problems. There's just not enough time in the day.
Unfortunately not. Yes.
I'll call you on that one.
Okay.
With that, we're going to go into our newsroom and our web producer, Emily Lenahan. Are folks talking about love and Valentine's Day?
Yes,